Hi guys, Lori here. I'm here today with my July book haul. I know that it's really early, but I don't plan on buying any more books until I finish the books that I'll show you in my next video. So I just wanted to show you what I got for the month of July. And the next video will explain why I'm not buying any books for a little while. The first book I got was a new release, and it is Queen of the Tearling by Erica Johansson. This is the first book in a trilogy, and it's a high fantasy series. It sounds really interesting. It's about this girl named Calissa, I think, who is ostracized from her society, but she really should be the ruler, and it's a really, really thick book. But I've been waiting for this. I've heard about this for like a year, so I'm really excited to finally get my hands on it. And the book club that I belong to is reading it for the month of July. So I have to read it pretty fast because they're doing their live show soon. And I'll link them below. It's called Book Hype, and it's on Hypable, and they read a lot of young adult books. So some of the books you're going to see in this haul are for that, but I'll link their channel below. The next book I got was the Lux series. The first two books, it's a bind-up of the first two books. It's called The Beginnings. And the reason I bought it was because I've always really wanted to read it, and they were binding them up. So it's the first two books. It's about aliens. I've heard that it's kind of Twilight-esque. It's not normally my genre, but I've wanted to read something by Jennifer L. Armentrout for a while. So I said, I'll give it a shot, and it got a pretty good deal, and it's a pretty thick book, but it's the first two books in the series. The next book I got is the sequel to Cinder, Scarlet by Marissa Meyer. Again, I read the first book in May. I really liked it, and I wanted to get my hands on the next one. I have my eyes on the third one. It's on Book Depository for really cheap, and it's paperback apparently. So I might try to get that sooner rather than later, and maybe I can just marathon the series. The next book I got was from my library. It's The Awakening by Kelly Armstrong. It's the second book in the Darkest Power series, which means I have to get the first book in the Darkest Power series, which means when I get to the series, I'll probably buy it on my Kindle, or I'll probably try to rent it from my library. But I got it for like $1, so I really couldn't help that. I mean, it was a pretty good deal. And I've heard a lot about this on various people's channels, so I'm really excited to start to read it. I think it's fantasy in base. The next book I got was Linked by Emma Jean Housen. It's about these two girls that find out that they're twins, and it's kind of like government conspiracy. This cover is awesome, though. I really, really like this cover. I'll show you the back too. But if you don't know this about me already, I really, really love books about twins. I have Mind Games by Kirsten White over there that I want to read hopefully soon. But this cover just looks really cool. I got this from Book Outlet as well. On one of the orders I did this month. The next book I also got from my library was Curse of the Wendigo by Rick Yancey. It's the second book in the Monstrumology series, which again, I don't have the first one, but maybe when I get to the series, I'll either buy it on my Kindle or I'll try to rent it from the library. But I got this for a really good price. I got it for like $1, I think, so I really couldn't help myself. The next book I got was The Looking Glass Wars by Frank Bedore. I have wanted to read this book for so long, and I found it on my library for $1. I couldn't help myself. I think it's a series, so I might need to look to see how many books are in the series. But, so that might depend when I actually read this. But I really do want to get my hands on it, and again, it was $1. The next book I got was Lucid by Andrian Stolz and Ron Bass. It's a book about two girls that are connected through their minds, and they dream about each other, or they become each other, I think, when they're awake. Again, kind of twin-based, but I love that stuff. And the cover looks really, really cool. And the back of it says, "What if you could dream your way into a different life?" Which really is intriguing. So hopefully I'll get my hands on this soon, and I'll have to check out to see if it is a sequel. You know this is a sequel or not a sequel or a standalone, comment below, because I don't actually know yet, but I thought the cover was really cool. The next book I got was Chaos of the Stars by Kirsten White. She's the author of Mind Games and Perfect Lies. This is about Egyptian mythology in a modern sense. And the quote on the cover is, "Family is forever, especially when you're immortal." I got this on Book Outlet as well, and it's a really, really short book, so hopefully I will be able to get my hands on this soon. And maybe I'll read Mind Games before I read this. The next book I got was Something Strange and Deadly by Susan Dennard. I heard about this from Cassidy Vonich. I'll link her channel below. She's a really good booktuber. And I think it's historical fiction with a little bit of a mystery or fantasy twist. So I'm excited to get my hands on this. And I think that there's 3 books out currently. There might be more, but I want to see if I like the first one first. The next book I rented from my library was Anna and the French Kiss. This is the first book in a series by Stephanie Perkins. There's Anna and the French Kiss, Lola and the Boy Next Door, and Isla and the Happily Ever After. Isla and the Happy Ever After comes out in August, and I really want to read these 2 books before that comes out because the book Hype is doing that as their August book of the month, and I really want to read it, but I've been told that you don't really need to read them in order, but you should really read this one, so hopefully I'll be able to read this, and then read Lola, and then read Isla. The next book I got from the library was The Murder Complex by Lindsay Cummings. I've heard really good things about it. It's apparently a really, really interesting book. I got it from my library too. I love the barcode. This is the first book in a series, so if I like it, which it's dystopian, I probably will, I'll probably buy it on my Kindle and then buy the rest of the series on my Kindle when it comes out. And these last 2 books, The Reluctant Assassin is by Ian Colfer. It's part of the Warp series. I know the second one just came out. I got this at Barnes & Noble recently. But I'm really excited to get my hands on it. I love Ian Colfer. I really want to read his Artemis Fowl series. I might wind up listening to it. But this is, again, it's about someone who's a reluctant assassin that gets stuck into a world. Really excited to get my hands on this. The last book I got this week was School Spirits by Rachel Hawkins. I don't know if this is part of the Hextall series or not part of the Hextall series, or if it's a spin-off series. So if you know, comment below, because I really don't know. But I really thought the cover was interesting, but I don't know if it's I don't know if you need to read Hextall to read this, so if you know, let me know. Comment below. Those are all the books that I have that I got this month. Check out my next video to see what I'm going to be reading and what my limits I'm going to put on my book buying. But thank you very much for watching. Hope you have a nice day, and let me know what you guys are reading. Let me know if you guys have read anything, what I should read first, all those fun stuff. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very, very much for subscribing, and have a very nice day.